Black Hollow was a town the world had learned to avoid. At the highest hill stood a church that faced away from the rising sun. No light from heaven ever entered its windows. The bell rang even when no hands pulled the rope. Jonah Hale arrived believing abandoned places told honest stories. Above the door, the cross was wrong, but no one admitted it. Inside, the congregation sat perfectly still, eyes open, heads bowed. No prayers were spoken because something else was already listening. The altar faced the forest, not the sky. Jonah realized the church was not waiting for God. The guest book held names that never left the town. An elder warned Jonah not to stay after nightfall. A prayer was answered the moment someone else fell. The confession booth had no priest, only breathing. The sermons were written in a language no church recognized. Some confessions were dated before the deaths occurred. The bell rang harder at night, as if feeding. Jonah dreamed of kneeling while something knelt behind him. The forest leaned closer with every answered prayer. People vanished, leaving their homes untouched. Old blueprints revealed the church was built backward on purpose. The founders had turned their faith in another direction. The first prayer was answered by a shadow. In exchange, the town offered devotion and leaves. The congregation watched Jonah, knowing why he was there. When Jonah tried to leave, the road no longer existed. The final service began under a sky without stars. The bell shattered as something beneath the church woke fully. The altar split open, breathing darkness. What answered their prayers stood facing away from the cross. The congregation smiled, relieved their God had come. Hands pushed Jonah toward the altar. His name was already written in the sermon. The darkness consumed him slowly, starting with his shadow. Morning came, but the church remained untouched by light. Jonah's name was crossed out in the guest book. Weeks later, another stranger arrived. The church still faced the forest, waiting. The congregation bowed their heads once more, because when a church turns its back on God, something else is always listening.